Good afternoon, everyone. It's Barbara and Rabbi Jamie. We're on our couch again. And tonight is the holiday of Shavuot, where we celebrate the receiving of the law at Mount Sinai, leading right into Shabbat. Shabbat is always a time that we look forward to because we get to rest and set down our worldly cares. But this week, the worldly cares have really built up between the number of dead and affected by the pandemic, the dead reaching more than 100,000, and tragedies in our communities, like Minneapolis and Atlanta, of innocent people dying. It's just so hard to keep our faith, to keep our hope up. So we're doing two songs today that have to do with hope for peace. And the last song we're going to do is the priestly blessing, because in the Reform calendar, because we don't celebrate 2 days of Shavuot, we're reading Parshat Naso from chapter 6 of Numbers 24 to 27, in which the priestly blessing is said, those famous words, which are not translated, but I'll let you know what they are before we sing them at the end of our session. We're starting with a blessing called Hapures Sukkot Shalom, who spreads out a sukkah or a shelter of peace, by our dear friend Cantor Jeff Klepper. Baruch atah Adonai, Hapures Sukkot Shalom, Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael. Ve'al Yerushalayim ve'al kol yamo, ve'al Yerushalayim Shalom. Baruch atah Adonai, Hapures Sukkot Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael. Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael. The second song we're going to sing is an English version of a blessing from the Babylonian Talmud, page 17a of the first tractate called Brachot, Blessings. And this is the blessing we want for our children, and Debbie rendered it into a beautiful blessing that we wish for our young people. But it's actually a blessing for all of us. This is the world that we hope that we live in. This is the world that we hope that we can create with our own hands. Because together, I truly believe that we are God's hands in this world. And I hope that we can create the world of our dreams. May your eyes shine with the light of Torah, and your face be radiant as the brightness of the sky. May your lips speak words of wisdom, and may the world you live in be the world of your dreams. May you see finally, the priestly blessing, this version by Debbie Friedman, as the last song was. It means, may God protect you. May God guard you and protect you. May God cause His light to shine on you and be gracious to you. May God lift up God's presence to you and grant you fulfillment, wholeness that we call peace. It's a beautiful rendering. It goes like this. May you find such peace on this holiday in Shabbat or just over the weekend that you find yourself strong enough to go out and meet this world head on, to take on the challenges it presents for justice and for love, which never succeed without our constant efforts. They're constantly beaten back by forces beyond our control, it seems, and yet we need to stand resolute. We need to stand together for the love and the peace for which we sing, for the blessings we wish for every single one of you. Happy holiday, Chag Sameach,
Chag Sameach,
and Shabbat Shalom.